Hey there friends, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another video here on my YouTube channel. Today we are participating in a video hop to celebrate the Trinity Stamps April 2023 new release. And I'm going to be sharing a few new products with you. This first one that I am going to be using is called the Foiled Burst. And it is obviously a foiler, so I've got my Glimmer hot foil system all set up. I've turned it on. We're waiting for that light to change. I'm measuring how big my burst is, and then I'm going to use my quick trimmer to cut down the foil that I've chosen to use. That is the Emerald Facets foil. So I've got my quick trimmer. This is, in my opinion, pretty much the only way to cut it, at least for me, to be successful, because I've tried all the ways. And I have a piece of green cardstock. It is a little bit textured, but not super textured, and it is A2 size. A2 size meaning that it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. My system is ready. You could tell the green light was on, so I pressed the timer button after putting my foil in place. So you will see that I had gone my foiling plate, my foil, and then my cardstock, and I used some mint tape to hold it into place. And take a look at that. After I've run that through my die cutting machine, the Platinum 6, it is all ready to go. Now I'm bringing in this stamp set. This stamp set is the brand new World's Greatest. I really like this stamp set. I feel like it has a ton of potential for it. And I'm going to ink up the pieces with some blackout ink by Ink on 3. And I'm probably going to ink it up a couple of times and stamp that down onto some Express It cardstock. That's a good combo. I did stamp it more than once, and I'm just going to heat set that because that blackout ink will bleed if you don't let it dry thoroughly. So I'm gonna I let that dry, I heat set it, and now I'm bringing in some alcohol markers. So this was a good combo, the Express It cardstock along with our blackout ink, and now we've got our Olos. So I've got my first color. I'm going to do my best to put all the colors up on the screen for you, and I'm putting down, the way I like to color is lightest to darkest. I say that every time, and I didn't mean to color those edges. I'll change that later. But I've put down that first color. Now we're bringing in some Y0 2.5. And I am not going all the way to the edge with that color because this is a rounded image. You know, a trophy would be a little bit more rounded. I want that color to not go all the way to the edge. I want it to have some of that lighter. That gives the illusion that that it is a rounded object. And then I'll bring in our Y2.7 and just use just a bit of that. And then I'll blend that just a tiny bit with our Y2.5. And then I'm going to come back in with our Y2.1 and blend the 2.5 just a little bit more. That way it'll look a little more blended and nice. All right, so then our trophy itself is done. And then we're going to move on to the base of the trophy. And I forgot to put the color up on the screen for you here, but it is one of the browns. I'll put down that first color, and then we're going to bring in some 4.8. So this was definitely an OR color. And then I'm going to bring in some RV for our flowers. I've decided to color all of those flowers that same color. So we've got RV 0.2, and then I'll bring in some RV 0.4. Now I was originally trying to add some shadowing and shading just around the petals and stuff. And then I decided to just kind of, I don't know, be a little bit more willy-nilly with that. And I think it looks pretty good. So I've blended that out. We'll bring in some Y8.6 for our leaves. And I'm only going to be doing 2 colors on all of the leaves and the sprigs. So that next color is some Y8.7. And then we're going to blend that out with the previous color. Like I said, I like to go lightest to darkest most of the time. It's funny though, when I'm coloring with grays, I usually start with darker. I don't know why I do that. It's interesting. So clearly I have the capability. I just feel more comfortable with these colors going lightest to darkest. So. And then we're going to bring in a purpley color for that last little sprig. And we're going to bring in the darker color for that, but I'm going to leave that as is. We're not going to blend that out too much. We're going to bring in our matching dies that go along with this World's Greatest stamp set. And I just feel like this set has tons of potential. So the flowers are going to stay, look like they're coming out of the trophy, but think of the different things that you might even have in your stash that you could have coming out of that trophy. How fun would that be to have all kinds of things coming out of it? And then we're going to take our World's Greatest and our friend, and we're going to use our crafty glue friend and attach those down as well. So everything will be nice and attached. You could use foam squares on those if you wanted, but instead I've decided I'm going to use foam squares in the end. So I've got one of the brand new clean cut layers, A2 size. This is set A. I die cut that out using that set, and then I'm putting foam tape on the back of our trophy, and then we'll peel off all of that release paper. We're getting assistance with our pickup stick. That thing is crucial for getting off the backs of foam tape. At least that's what I find. And then once that's all off of there, we can add our trophy to our foiled burst. And then we can attach this to our card base, and we'll have that nice white border all around that. We're going to use our crafty glue friend to attach this down. And once that is on there, that's going to finish off our card. Now remember, I said this is a part of a video hop, so you are definitely going to want to head down to the description box to find out the next place to hop along and go see the rest of the things that have been made with this amazing release. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.